Did you get a
Yes,
good whiff
sir.
of that?
Yeah, that was a good whiff to be had. All right, hey, I noticed a little. Hey, what's up with you? There's
I don't know.
something different.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? There's something.
What?
Oh fuck! That is, dude. Is this gonna be a
Think so.
thing? You that thing is fucking luscious. Okay, for people not listening and people that can view, you can already see this fucking beauty. Oh my god, bro! If I was a hunter, I will buy a fucking tag from my game warden. I will come out to the woods and I will fucking shoot it down. It is the most magnificent, beautiful, chub erecting mustache I've ever seen in my entire life of living ever in this world. Oh fuck, Will. Do you take tickets to ride that mustache or is it free? Because either way, bud, I have a fucking credit card with your name on it.
Is
Woo!
that out of your system?
Fuck. Sorry. Yeah. God, just oh, don't he licked his lips?
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're gonna
Will.
bring this up at least 10 times during this episode.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't even care about the episode.
just gonna
What
talk.
about your top cover? It's like an awning over his lip. Fuck yeah, that is beautiful. You're keeping it. If you get rid of that, I'm quitting the podcast.
Do you promise?
Whoa! I would not take this again after the moment we had on the last episode, which you said,
I don't recall, and it wasn't the last episode. It was 2 episodes
you
ago.
motherfucker. God, I swear to God, you got like 5 times hotter. Is that even possible?
So how about
I wish I
this?
was you sometimes.
Nope.
Can we hang
Let's
out?
leave this up to the people, to the deadbeaters.
Oh,
Deadbeaters, if you could not tell by all of JT's ramblings, I shaved everything but my mustache, and I have a mustache right now. Stop doing that.
you
Okay,
have
so I'm
the
gonna put a poll
mustache,
up.
sir.
Keep the mustache or shave it. So
I put my poll up. Keep it.
all right. Starting off hot. I should like rip this off and
Refocus.
put it up on Ghostface. All right. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Deadbeats. I'm Will,
I'm
and this is
JT,
my
and that's
mustache.
Will's
It's a
mustache.
character in and itself. Okay.
Oh my God, it is like I don't even know. Will, this one last thing. You know, if I ever had like a house, and you know, like you have like a cabin that you saved up your whole life, and you move to the mountains, and you're like, I don't even need my parents' money anymore. I just want to have my own homestead, and you build it by hand, and you have this big fireplace. And you're like, oh my God, this is it. I just need a guy with a mustache to share this with. That is you.
Hey,
You're
I'd be
my guy
happy to
with the
be there with you.
mustache, bud.
All right.
Okay.
JT, I want to ask you how your week has been, but it's 3 minutes and 37 seconds of you talking about my mustache. Hey, I appreciate it though. I'm very flattered. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe. All right.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you. I mean,
Okay. Maybe it's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the poll says, and then we'll press.
no, we
Okay.
won't see. You're keeping it. So the poll can say whatever it wants to say.
So JT, okay, enough of the mustache. Let's get down to brass tacks and why we're here today. I don't know what came over me last week by coming up with this idea to talk about this movie. Some of you may know already what we're about to talk about. Obviously you will, because you're looking at the fucking title before you're hitting play. But might have been a little bit of a surprise. Maybe not, because I have been putting a little bit of subliminal stuff on our stories on Instagram. But this is a movie that scared the living shit out of me as a kid. And when I say kid, like came out in 2009. I was 19, kind of aging myself there. But I swear on everything that after I've seen this movie in the theaters, I had to sleep with the lights on in my bedroom for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And every time I've rewatched it, which was once for this show, I got a little nightlight going. So
Is that why you grew your mustache to feel like a big boy?
No, it's just a coincidence. It's just a
You want to feel
coincidence.
like a big boy?
Um,
What nightlight? You really have a nightlight?
okay, so I have a a bathroom connected to my bedroom, the main bedroom. Okay,
Oh, fancy.
I keep that light on and I crack the door a little bit. So that's my confession. That's my confession. Dude, this movie is fucking scary. Again, you're reading the title, you know what we're about to talk about, but I'm just gonna fucking say it and put it out there. Today, JT and myself, the Deadbeats, we are talking about Paranormal Activity.
Katie, hi. Hi, come in, please. Thank you so much for coming back.
No problem.
Yeah, we called Dr. Avery, but he's gone.
Yes, he's out of the country. He'll be back. Wow.
We need your help.
This is overpowering.
It's getting worse.
Yes, it certainly doesn't like that I'm here, and I cannot help you.
What?
In fact, I've got to get out of here.
No,
This
no,
thing is
no,
very aggravated, the fact that I'm here.
Wait. Everybody calm down. We need your help.
Well, I've got to tell you, I am not the person to help you in this situation. This is not my area of expertise. I think I'm doing more harm being here than any good. Yes, I really have got to leave. And Dr. Avery's will be back in a few days, and when he gets back here, he'll take care of all your problems.
What should we do? Should we leave? Should we?
Leaving won't help at all. Let me see what I can do, but I've got to leave this room right now.
This is no joke.
I will help you, but I can't do this right now.
No.
Serious?
Fuck. All right, it's out there. We said it. All right, another confession. This movie took me 2 days to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We were supposed to record yesterday.
Because you texted me nonstop. I wish I could pull up our text message.
No. They don't want to see all
everybody.
that. Yeah.
They wouldn't believe it. It's constant. I don't want to shame you either, so I won't say everything you said unless you want to go into it. That's up to you.
I'll face the devil myself. This movie is fucking, dude. This movie fucks with me heavy. This movie is so fucking scary, and I think it just brings back that when I used false salt for the first time. I was also, again, not going to get too deep. I was also in a situation in life that wasn't too favorable either, so it kind of brings me deeper than that. So.
Everything touch you on the bear. Like, they touch you here or there on the bear.
I'll show you later.
Is that the situation he was facing?
So there's two things, two forms of media. Why is that happening, dude?
Why is it your fucking birthday for the Spotify listeners? Birthday balloons just went.
Dude, it was happening with the
all over
thumbs,
his screen.
and
That's
we
great.
weren't even talking about. Okay, anyway, fucking hell, dude. This is getting more and more real every day. Two forms of media that I watch or attempt to consume that takes me back to a place that I'm very uncomfortable. The first form is the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's just puts me in a place where I'm like, I can't finish watching this. And Paranormal Activity. Dude.
Wait, come back to that one real quick.
It's not like it's scary. It's not like it's scary, but it's weird.
We are going to put a pin in that.
We will.
And
We'll get deep. We'll get deep.
That's crazy.
But and then the other one's Paranormal Activity. Crazy. And this movie was such a big deal when it came out. You know, this was like my teenage generation's version of the Blair Witch Project. When the Blair Witch Project came out, I was very young, right? So I wasn't old enough to go to the movies. And the way it was billed was that it was real, right? Those were real campers, real college students that were making a documentary. And if you remember, in fucking 2009, when this was getting billed out there, even in 2008, two real people, right? They use their real names, the actors, Katie Featherston and Mika Sloat. Those are their real names.
That's not how you pronounce that. You don't
Micah,
pronounce
sorry.
his name
What did I say, Mika? Micah.
No, because he says Mika in the film. He's the only person that calls himself
No,
Mika.
but it is Mika, you fucking asshole. No.
Which one is it?
You're
not an
trying
asshole.
to fucking whatever that word is to me right now. Yeah, don't fuck
I'm
on
trying
me.
to
It's
fuck on you.
Mika. She says Mika.
Oh, fuck! I sneezed! No! Oh, fuck
Anyway,
me.
it is pronounced Mika. It's not Micah. You're trying to gaslight me into saying Micah. It's Mika throughout the entire movie.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Katie Featherston, Mika Sloat, that are their real names. The guy who made this, Oren Pelly, he was inspired by a brand new home that he moved into, and he was hearing, I'm going to take a wild guess because I'm a skeptic, but it was probably the house settling. He says he'd heard knocks, he heard scratches, and that's what inspired him to write Paranormal Activity. And again, our modern day, for me as a teenager and a person able to kind of go into the movie theater and see a rated R movie on his own, is our modern day Blair Witch. And it was exciting. And at a point in time where we're like, wait a minute, is this actual found footage? Like it's in a house, and the effects are not good. Like it was, man, this movie fucked with me heavy until I actually went and saw it. But do you recall when this movie was being built and put out, for the world to see?
I do, but I was already settled into, if y'all go back and listen to 191 McKay Road, where I grew up in was a haunted location, and I dealt with this kind of stuff. Maybe not that severe of being to this movie, but I dealt with real bump in the nights, real noises, the carpet walking, the people outside the window, Miss Massey. I want to tell the Miss Massey story so bad because you can see her. Yeah. But I've dealt with that. So me going to go see a movie that I'm already experienced, it took it away from me because
this movie did nothing for you.
To me. It's just,
which is disappointing.
And no, it's a great concept, and I love how it's put on film. And it was well executed, and it really drove home some other stuff that we love, like Creep, that we already explored. But for me personally, I just took it as a movie experience, and as this is cool. This is ahead of its time. This is trailblazing.
Yeah, it is.
Instead of I'm gonna go home and turn on the lights and watch Nickelodeon, and because I went home to a house that was full of this stuff.
Yeah, it's I can't imagine, especially watching. And that's the thing, though. When I'm separated from movies like this, especially this particular movie, I don't want to say desensitized, but I get cold to the idea of this type of stuff ever being a possibility. Right. And then when I hear stories like yours, again, I get moved and fascinated by it. But in my head, I'm like, okay, probably something else, and that's just a me thing. And hopefully you don't take that as disrespect or anything to that.
No, never.
But this movie brings me back to the feeling of, okay, fuck, this stuff can happen, possibly to degrees.
And
right?
That's what I appreciate. But you just said people that are going through it, people can actually experience it for a little bit and open up their minds, hey, this kind of stuff may happen,
right?
Or could happen. So I don't feel like
Absolutely.
I'm left alone
and
as much.
It's now, do I believe that somebody can be possessed by a demon? No, but at this point, do I believe that there are maybe people that have crossed over that are still around, or their energy is still around, and they, I don't know. Yes, maybe.
But on the other side, though, too, religion-based people believe in demons can possess people, and they get cast out all through the Bible. That's happened. So you got to be it's fun to explore everything in a movie in a safe environment, to explore all aspects and have that conversation as a horror community to actually see what they believe in and what they go through, what's real to them, what's not, and
I agree,
have
man.
a good conversation about it.
Like I said, this movie took me 2 days to finish. I started watching it last night. I got halfway through it, and I couldn't. Dude, my head was fucking with me so much. I took a break to do the dishes, and I was hearing things while I was doing the dishes, and it would stop me while I was doing the dishes. And I was like, it was doing too much to me and to my head. I was like, all right, I need to stop watching it. And I was like, I'm going to play a game. I played a Fortnite, a childish, cartoonish game I love Fortnite, but to wash my fucking brain of all of that content I was watching, and then I had a headset on, and I still thought I was hearing things, and it was just, it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have issues like going to sleep or anything like that, but it was kind of fucking with me. I told my wife was like, hey, can you take out the trash? And I was like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning when when it's daylight. I'm not doing it right now.
Yeah.
But dude, there's no other movie currently that puts me in this mindset, and I think that's why I love it so much, because it's very difficult to scare me. Like, yeah, maybe jump scares where I kind of go like this, but to have me on the edge of my seat, frightened, it just doesn't happen.
But this movie didn't have those jump scares. Like, hey, like watch this for YouTubers. Watch this. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. You know what I mean? Like it's a random your best friend scare you. That's the big scare of the movie.
Right.
It's not a cheap.
Creep
scare
had a lot of those. Creep had a ton of those, but in a different light.
Yeah. But
right. So.
Yes. Because he was was referencing it, like trying to do it.
Oh, for sure.
He's a maniac too. Creep could do no wrong.
I went crazy about Creep too. Creep Home was good. But anyway, so this movie opens up with a blurb on the screen in white letters, and this is where it again, I got goosebumps as soon as this popped up, and it reads, Paramount Pictures would like to thank the families of Mika Sloat and Katie Featherston and the San Diego Police Department. I know it's a movie, right? And I know it's super fictionalized and but that was that put me into this is real. Even though I know it's not real, but this put me into oh fuck. Okay.
You know what goes back to that though? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what started that whole hey, this is real, here's a crime scene. But that movie took that and spun it, and how many this film footage genre this has got to be I don't want to crown it yet because maybe at the end we do all the movies we crown the number one film footage movie, but this is a big fucking torch lit.
Dude, it really is. I mean, this movie even without plan started an entire series, right, and an entire franchise, I'd say. But anyway, let's get into what this movie's about. Go ahead.
It made you grow a mustache to feel more big boy.
It's just a coincidence.
Let me say it again while you put your microphone down. And just stare straight. This movie made you grow a big boy mustache to feel like a big boy, like a handsome man, like a big soldier.
I tried holding that in. All right. Thank you. Anyway, so...
Yes.
This movie opens up with a guy, right? Not middle-aged, young guy, right? 20s, with a camera, whatever I want.
Whatever you want. How you want your man.
Anyway, and this is Mika, right, in the movie, and he has a camera. He's fucking around with it. He puts it on the table. He's playing a little guitar, and then he finally opens up the front door, and he sees a car coming in, pulling into the driveway, and it says there, San Diego, California, September 18th, 2006. So it's all right, cool. We already know there's timestamps now, on everything that's happening with this movie. It's letting us know this was September 18th, where Mika picked up the camera and started filming this. So the reason why he's picking up this camera is because there have already been some sort of paranormal happenings going on or occurring within the house for the past couple of weeks now, and minor stuff like thudding, footsteps, humping, breathing, and shut up. Breathing down Katie's neck, breathing in her face, right? Growls and stuff like that. So she's already experienced some stuff, and she says, she lives with her boyfriend, Mika. You're fucking with me now, and he's like, Mikey, let's get a camera and let's do this, right? Let's get this shit.
Wait, let's get a camera and start.
He does mention that too, which every found footage movie, when they put it up in the bedroom, they're like, hey, can we fuck it? Whatever. But I get it. I get it.
Absolutely.
So anyway, they explain why that camera's there. And then boom, they go to sleep. This starts night 1, September 18th, right? This is the first time you ever experienced something within this movie that is paranormal. So at 2:09 a.m., there was low humming, right? Low humming noise, and then some thumping in their house. And then the sound of keys dropping in the distance. And then the very next day, Katie's like, hey, Mika, did you throw my keys on the floor? And he's like, no, not at all. Not even a little bit. She's like, oh, yeah, cool, weird. Again, something that they just kind of brushed off. But this is the day that a psychic was coming to the house. And just because all of this random stuff's happening, Katie is like, I'm going to get a psychic. Like, I want to talk to this guy. The guy comes in. Very, very sweet man, right? Fucking and knowledgeable about his craft. But this is where you kind of find a little bit of the lore on what's happening within Paranormal Activity, where Katie talks about like, hey, I was 9 years old. I think it was where she said I was 9 years old when this stuff started happening, right? And me and my sister experienced this stuff all the time. It took a break for a little bit, didn't really experience it much. Then I kind of had some occurrences at young teens, right, 12 to 13, and then it stopped. And then a couple of weeks ago, it just started picking up. And then the guy's like, okay, tell me more, right? And Katie's like, this person or this thing says my name. And the psychic's like, oh, so he's calling you by name. And she's like, yeah. So they sit down. And he's like, I'm going to give you the name to somebody who specializes in much more than just ghosts. He is a demonologist. And he's...
Oh, shit. As soon as you hear that fucking word, boy, my fucking red flags, alarm bells, whistles,
and
like
he
we're
even
fucking
said,
done
he's like,
here. Demonologist.
This is not a human thing, right? This is more than just a ghost. This is a demon. And I have a feeling that it could potentially get worse. But here's the name of the person. You call him, he'll help you out.
This fucking detective over here, like, hey, this can get worse. Like, you imagine so? You imagine
but I'm
this
telling
a
you
lot
right
worse,
now,
detective?
I'm telling you right now,
Like, thanks, bud.
it was at this point in time where I fucking hated Mika. Because he was like, hey, can I just get a Ouija board and like talk to this guy? And the psychic was
baby.
like, no, party man.
Let's do it.
The psychic was like, absolutely not. You making an attempt to connect with this fucking thing, to communicate, you're opening a door for it to come inside. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's what.
Bad idea. And then the psychic was like, don't do it. I'm looking at you. Yeah, I fucking hate Mika. Mika, dude, throughout the movie, I'm like, he's just a fucking asshole. I have notes on it. It's just a fucking stupid idiot. He cares so...
Go on a rant. Let's do it. What do you hate about him? Listen, I shut up. Go ahead.
Not only is he a fucking immature rat, but he's probably the worst partner / boyfriend anybody could ever fucking have, ever. Katie literally pours her heart out and tells him about these experiences that she's had as a young child. And he's like, I want to videotape it. Like, I want to get a Ouija board. What are the things that we could do to make things happen? And when things do happen in the movie, he fucking is videoing it and he goes, is that all you got? Is that all you got? Give us more. What is that? Is that all you got? And then he says stupid things like, this is my house. I'm protecting you. You're my girlfriend. Motherfucker, this is a demon.
He did, motherfucker.
Sorry. Sorry. I will be... Thank you. I'll be venting so much more about him. I think he is one of the worst characters in any horror movie I've ever watched. Yeah, I will make a top 10 of the most fucking agonizing people in any horror movie. He's going on that list, and I would be shocked if he wasn't number one. A lot of this movie's occurrences, granted, this was going to happen no matter what, just because of lore purposes, and you and I know why this happened in the first one, right, in this first movie, but he definitely fucking didn't help it. Anyway, night 2 happens, right? Nothing occurs night 2, and then we get night 3, September 20th. At 2:09 a.m., the door in their bedroom slightly closes and then just opens back up. And then that's it. That's it. Something very small, minute, right? But after that, the next day when they're talking, Katie says something that gave me chills. She said, whatever it is that's happening, it's already here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Red flag for fucking her. Holy shit, get out of my bed. No, thank you. Get your money off the coffee table and get a fucking Uber and leave my house immediately.
Dude, I was like,
you hussy.
holy fuck. That was a part of the movie where I was like, I gotta shut this off. Like, and I didn't yet, but I was like, that's fucking so eerie and wild to say.
You're such a brave boy. You really are, though. At this point, you're just a brave little boy. I love you so much. You're so good.
Appreciate it.
I love you. We're best friends. And
all right, so that was night 3, right? And then this happens in kind of like sporadically. It's like something won't happen. A few nights something won't happen, and then when it does, it's kind of pretty consistent. So then the next night, which is night 5, they go to sleep. 2:55 a.m. Katie gasps in her sleep and sits right up, and breathing very heavily. And she said, "I had a nightmare." And Mika's sitting up with her and holding her and consoling her. And then the sound of a door slamming downstairs happened, and they fucking jumped. Right? What does Mika do immediately when he wants to investigate? He's running, and he wants to grab his fucking his camera and try to fucking investigate it. Right? Fucking stupid. So then the next day happens. Mika, he realized he picked something up on his microphone through that night. It said like a name or something, or it said something that they couldn't necessarily make out. But he's like, "Hey, okay. Let me just get this Ouija board." And she's like, no, like, don't fucking get it.
Just let me get it.
Yeah.
Just let me get the Ouija board.
That's it. He's like, let me just get it. I'll just get a Ouija board or whatever. And Katie's like, no fucking way. Like, you have to promise me you will not buy a Ouija board. And he goes, I promise you I will not buy a Ouija board. Anyway.
So bad.
So that was night 5, right? Something doesn't happen again until night 13. But prior to them going to sleep, Mika has the camera and he's walking around the house. He's like, hello. Nothing interesting has been happening in a while. Like, just antagonizing it. Wanting something to happen.
Yeah, why not?
And then he would say something like, is that all you got to give us? He's like, is that all you got? Give us something good. And I'm like, God. And you know what? They sure as hell got something good. Because, again, night 13, right when they went to sleep, at 3:14 a.m., there was a loud, like, scratching, as if somebody was kind of walking towards the room, like loud steps. And then I have this kind of written down. Katie woke up, and they were both, like, kind of listening closely to see if anything was going to happen. Dude, oh, my God, fuck this. And then a loud, like, growling shriek happened, and a slam. This is giving me goosebumps, and you're going to see me, and people who are watching the video are going to look at me looking around my house because I'm getting genuinely, like, yeah. Yeah.
Horny.
They ran. It was, dude, the shriek, the slam, they both jump up, they run downstairs. Mika grabs his camera, and that's where the chandelier was moving back and forth. Dude. Chandelier. And then, you know, the next day, what does Mika do? Right? You think he's like, all right, cool. Like, that was actually legit. Like, let's not antagonize anything. No. He's like, I'm going to get a microphone and experiment and ask it questions. And he goes, he's in the bedroom. He's like, hey, what are you here for? What's your name? Would you rather me talk to you through a Ouija board? That comes up again. He plays the sounds on his computer. Nothing, right? For all the questions. And then the question comes up, would you rather me talk to you through a Ouija board? And then you hear a growl. And I'm like, fuck. God damn it.
Bro,
please.
Can I jump in real quick? You know what people ask you, like, what do you want your superhero power to be? Have you ever had that question before? Like, if you could be any superpower, what would you be? What do you usually say during that? What's like some of your go-tos?
I'd like to be able to fly, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, so I'm always getting shamed because I said, I want to be invisible. And automatically everybody's like, oh, you're a pervert. All you want to see is them titties. Dude, you can Pornhub or Google them titties, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I want to do, though? Is a couple that's going through that, I want to overhear it. And then I want to go to their house. I want to strip down to my chones and just stand in the corner and just like, and then disappear.
All right.
So that one person sees me and my chone just like, and just like, I will never come back. I will never correct it. I will let that. I will let that person live in that moment forever.
I love that. Thank you for that story.
Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to share that so bad right now because it seems so intense, and you seem like you're. Because I know your text messages and how like worried, not scared, freaked out, or unsettled.
I appreciate that. I can't wait to get through this, but I appreciate that so much. No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. So anyway,
I don't care.
Thank you for that. That growl was like sort of like a monster thing, right? So okay. So night 15 now, right? At 1:36 a.m., Katie sits up from the bed quietly and steps out of her bed. Oh my god, I hate this fucking scene. God, as I'm reading it, I'm like, fuck. I'm getting chills again. Oh man. Okay. Fuck. Okay. So at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, she sits up from her bed quietly and stands at her side of the bed and just faces that side of the bed and stands there for 2 hours. Oh, okay. And then after the 2 hours, she goes downstairs by herself, right? And that's it. That's all you see. And then the next scene that you see is the camera. Mika picks up the camera and he's looking around the house for Katie. He walks downstairs. He eventually walks out back and he finds her out back on their swing. And she's in this like state where it's not her. She's kind of like, just like, she's like, go away. Like, I don't, I'm okay. I'm fine. Like, go away. Leave. And I'm like, okay, fuck. And he's like, you know what? Redeem equality here for Mika. He's like, I'm going to go get some pillows and blankets and I'm going to be out here with you. So he goes back in. He hears a loud fucking slam again and then TV static. He goes upstairs in the room and the TV's on and it's oh no. He goes in the room, searching around the room, and then the camera turns around and Katie's right there at the doorway. And she's like, what the fuck do you have the light on for? Like, what are you doing? Like, snap back to reality, right? Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Eminem. Anyway, sorry. All right.
Yes! Sorry.
I know.
Sorry,
had to. I can't wait to put Fortnite on after this. All right. Appreciate it. All right. So then that happens, right? And then they go to bed together. And then the very next day, Katie and Mika are going out. So Mika sets the camera up in their living room, right? And you see the little coffee table in the living room. And Mika pulls out something and puts it on the coffee table. What do you think it is?
I'm not going to say.
You're going to say a dildo. It's not a dildo. No. He pulled out a Ouija board. Pulled out a Ouija board.
Yeah, of course it's a Ouija board. You've been building that shit up. Yes, it's a Ouija board.
And he goes, Katie walks by. He's like, hey, we got about 10 minutes. Let's do this. She flips the fuck out on him. They're fighting immediately. And she storms out and he chases off after her. The Ouija board eye thing moves for a few seconds. And then it sets on fire.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's do a Ouija board together. No. I got one. You want to do one? Why not? We can do it at your house.
No.
Let's do a seance, especially after what we got planned. We can take good practices.
With what we have planned, we would need that person with us to make sure that we don't bring anybody home. That's this person's that's their job. So,
part two to it then. We have the initial and then a plan.
All right. Anyway, person of flames. It goes out. They come home and.
Oh, and by the way, I said ovulate. I'm sorry. It's a planchette. The planchette is the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Planchette. Excuse me.
Yep.
Use it.
Thank you for that.
Planchette.
They come home. They're fighting. Right. Katie's like, "Get the fuck out of this room!" Like fucking really, really pissed off. And then they're fighting for a few days, I believe. And then Katie's like, "All right, I will come up with a compromise here. We will do any experiment that you want." Right? You could do your little powder thing to try to get footsteps. But if something happens, I'm calling the demonologist. And Mika's like, all right, I know.
God, that word.
Mika's like, okay. So then, that night, he fucking pours baby powder, whatever it is, flour, whatever it may be, on the floor. And at 3:16 a.m., they hear footprints and they wake up. And they literally watch the footprints fucking happen in the room. And they capture them. And then after that, they walk out in the hallway and notice that where the footprints kind of began, which was in this like little inlet, like closet kind of thing upstairs. And then they look up where the attic entrance is, and it's popped open. I'm leaving the fucking house. I would have left already, but I'm leaving the house. If I'm Mika, and okay, I give him shit for being a bad boyfriend, but again, they're only boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm gone.
Bro, you didn't put a fucking ring on it, am I right? Dude, I would have took my keys off the floor, because you know that fucking demon done knocked it off the countertops again. I would have picked that shit up, walked past the flaming planchette. I would have cranked up my little Chevy Versa.
I think she had a Beetle. I think she had a
Even
Beetle or
cars?
something.
I don't know cars. Jesus, Will. Yes, you hyper focus on this. And I would have went to fucking Wendy's. You know what we do in the drive-thru?
Yeah. One of our friends. Yeah. Anyway, it's hard to listen to this episode. So anyway, they see the attic is popped open. So Mika was like, "I'll go up there." Like, what the fuck, dude? God, oh my god. So he goes up there, he searches around, he sees kind of in the distance this picture-looking thing. He grabs the picture, and it's a picture of Katie as a child in front of her old childhood home. Now, I failed to mention earlier, when she was having a conversation with the psychic, she was talking about the happenings that were going on in her childhood home. And then there was a fire. So the house burnt down, and that picture was in the house. Like, there's no shot that picture should have survived or made it out anywhere, but they found it in the attic. So Katie was like, okay. I'm going to call Dr. Avery, which is an Aries, I think is Aries actually, which was the demonologist, and Mika gets pissed off. Mika was like, fuck that. You're my girlfriend. I'm going to protect you. Fuck that. And again, Katie was like, I'm not going to call yet. Whatever. So then here comes night 18, where more stuff happens. As they go to sleep, if I'm not mistaken, 21, 19, 20,
Holy
20.
Fuck, you've literally 7, 8.
Yeah, 20. Okay. Chill out. Thank you for that. That kind of pulls me away.
Okay, but I mean, you're literally doing timestamps and like the nights. Like, you're investing in this shit, dude. People should listen up, man. This is the.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I love it.
And it also pulled me away from the movie, which I'm kind of happy it was doing, because anytime something was happening, I would pause it. Like after the occurrence, I would pause it and voice record on my phone, and then press. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, night 18.
Yeah,
I know. Sorry. So night 18. The camera, right, that's shot in their bedroom. They leave the door open, right, because that's where that they could see more in. The camera sees that a light turns on in the back of the hallway, and then turns upstairs, and then there's footsteps that are getting louder and louder and louder. And Mika and Katie wake up as these footsteps are happening, and then it the footsteps are in the room, and then it's very quick, loud footsteps leaving the room and slams the door shut. Katie and Mika are like, Katie's in the bed, and Mika gets up. He tries to open up the door, and there's loud banging, like repeated banging on the door, and it was fucking so scary. The door's rattling, and he opens it, and nothing's there, right? But God, this fucking dude, this really got me. Mika goes, "Who's there?" Mika's like, "Who's there? Do you want to fuck with us? Show yourself." And he walks out in the hallway, and he looks back at the bedroom door, and the bedroom door slams shut with Katie inside. And then again, loud pounding against the door, and then, and then that's the ending happening that night. That one fucked with me again. Gosh, okay.
Jeez Louise,
dude, this movie. Oh man, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Goodness. All right.
No, you're good. You're killing this breakdown, man. Like, nobody's broken down like you, I promise.
I appreciate that.
Like, this is crazy.
So then the next night, as you can probably assume, right, this is the most that has happened, right? It was the picture, but it's like everything piling on top of one another, right? It's the slow door creaking, right? It's the door slamming, it's the shrieking, it's the picture, it's the slamming doors, it's banging on doors, right? So Katie knows this thing is after her, clearly. So she's down and out, man. Like, she's down and out. Like, Mika walks downstairs with the camera, obviously, and sees Katie just like on the couch, just bundled up in a blanket, and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, she's losing it, dude, like losing it. And she's like, we have to call the demonologist. We have to. She calls the demonologist, right? And he's out of country.
Okay. No shit. I would too. You know, he's probably like dealing with the Exorcist shit. You know what I mean? Like bigger deals and like your California residence demon. He's got like godlike stuff he's dealing with. This is
demonologist out of country. Okay. So she's like, fuck, weird, let me call the other doctor back, right? Let me bring the psychic back.
Why bring detective guy back? This guy. This dude. Go ahead.
But this scene today, like, kind of made me crawl into my own skin. The psychic comes back, right? Goes into the house. As soon as he goes into the house, he's like, I shouldn't be here. Like, I shouldn't be here. Like, I'm telling you right now, I need to leave because this is going to get much worse. Whatever this is does not like me being here. I have to leave. I want to help you guys out. I'm going to help you guys out, but I have to leave right away. And stormed out. And then now they have to go to sleep.
But when did you have such a character be so honest? And he came in that scene just to say that and leave.
The acting,
I've never seen that
his
before.
acting. I thought was impeccable.
Like,
I remember watching him, and I was like, okay,
it was good.
This fucking guy gets it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to get the fuck out of there.
God,
like, it's bad.
Oh God.
Trouble.
Okay. So yeah, again, him being there made things worse. So then we have night 19, and this is where I kind of like was getting so consumed, and I did not timestamp this one, but there was very low tapping, right, and light pounding sounds that was coming from downstairs, and then made its way upstairs, and then Katie's blanket kind of gets moved over to uncover her foot, and then a few hours later, I know.
Wow.
And then a few hours later, the hallway light turns on. There's tapping, there's breathing, the breathing noises, right? And then you hear like a low growl and loud breathing right in Katie's face. And you see the shadow on the door. Katie wakes up and Mika wakes up. And Katie's like, I can feel it. He's still here in this room. Something is wrong.
Bro, what did I tell you, though, about the McKay Road, the carpet? I used to breathe in my face every night. It used to come and, like, stop right there every night for 11 years. I dealt with not that, you know what I mean? I didn't need a demonologist. But something would stop it. Like, you could hear it, like, shuffling, stop by my face. And I either acknowledge it like I did eventually, or just turn my back and look at the wall. You know what I mean? That was my big thing, though. And everybody from that theater came back vulnerable. They got to watch that movie and see this horror setting, not in a big city, not in an ancient land.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bedroom. Everybody went home, and they didn't leave that experience. They left it there at the theater. They came back. And they turned up all their lights. They sleep in the dark. And they all had to lay in bed after watching that movie and realize that scene. Like, something could be tugging at my cover. Something could be standing beside me. Something could go bump in the night. And that movie made that moment so fucking tangible. Dude,
that's what,
and so
I did
real.
For a while. And I'm probably going to be doing it now, right? And, obviously I can't do it now because my wife would fucking beat the shit out of me if I turned on the light. But I imagine in my head loud banging happening downstairs, and dude, I don't know why this fucks with me more than anything. I'm a huge horror fan, and I love it, and I get so much enjoyment out of watching horror, except for this. This is where I get and it's entertainment as well at the same time, right? And I'm not torturing myself in the least bit. Hopefully our viewers are not like, I want to make sure Will's okay. He should probably not watch this stuff. I'm still getting enjoyment out of it. I'm still entertained. And still bringing you guys content.
You are sitting, for people that are like listening on Spotify, you're sitting crisscross applesauce in your chair. And for the YouTubers, have y'all noticed that? Like, he jumped up, and I can't do that. I will break my bones. But he's sitting fucking crisscross applesauce in the chair. He's excited. He loves it. It makes him chump up. He grew a mustache because of this. No, it's not. You're such a brave boy. You're such a beautiful boy.
All right. So the next day, right? So after that night, the next day, right? So this is stuff where like it's happening more and more. Now there's thudding and scratches and walking and footsteps are happening during the day, and
that's when it gets real. That's when it gets real. That's when it got real in my house. Go ahead, sorry.
Like he's watching.
That's real.
Like I can feel him watching me, and then Mika and Katie begin to argue, and Mika's like, I can help. I know I can help you, and she's just like, I need you to give me 5 minutes. Like I need you to. She's doing homework, and he's like, hey.
Get off my clit,
she's like,
Micah.
just give me 5 fucking minutes. Like, get away from me. Like, stop fucking talking about it. And she's getting so angry and so angry. She storms upstairs, and he goes, hey, I'm not the one that brought this thing here. What? And she goes, oh, nice, Mika. Real nice. Leave me alone. And he goes, why don't you go hang out with your friend up there?
The fuck? He did fucking not. He did not say that. What a fucking dude. If I have a top 10, can we have a top 10 Deadbeats fucking scuzzbucket characters?
He's at the top. He's at the top.
Okay, can we do that? Nobody ever does. Everybody does their top 24 movies, worst movies of 2024 yearly. Why don't we have like our worst characters? What a fucking asshole character! How about that? We create it.
I hate this character. And Mika Sloat, if you're listening, the real Mika Sloat, I'm sure you're a great guy, but you played this character so well to where I hate this character. I hate him so much. I think that's the point, but I hate it.
Bro, it's the same as Cabin Fever guy. What was his name? Henry, or what the fuck his name was?
Which one?
The guy who's like, I'm not drinking. He's like, shot himself in the cabin. That guy
too. Yeah.
But instead of like the golden chainsaws from like Dead Meat, why don't we have like the fucking deadbeat? The deadbeat of the movie.
There it is. There.
Who's the?
There it is. That's our segment. Every movie. Who's the deadbeat? We know the answer already. I love it. Heck yeah.
Yes.
Yo, the Deadbeaters had something very special that they got to witness live, and that's just us coming up with cool things live, and that will now be a thing. Who's the deadbeat in the movie? I love it. Cool.
Love it.
So after Mika fucking says that shit, go hang out with your friend upstairs. Fucking hell. It cuts to then him seeing Katie, and she was in the fetal position on the floor in the hallway, bawling her eyes out, dude. She's broken already, and you broke her down even more. So night 20. There was 21 nights. There's 21 nights. This is night 20. Dude, this what scares me the most too. Like one of them too. Like there's movies out there that really get me. The Strangers is also one of them too. The Strangers is very good and very spooky. The original, not the remake.
The original Strangers.
Yeah. And one of the most scariest parts in that movie is that the climax of the movie, where the two main characters die, it's in the morning hours, like the sun is up, and it's lighting the natural light of the house, and typically when you see something like that, it's like, oh, it's daylight now, I'm safe. Things happen at night, right? But it's daylight now, I'm safe. But no, that movie proved that like, no, it can happen during the day, you know. So anyway, night 20. Night 20, right?
I like it.
The occurrence happens at 4:32 a.m.
The occurrence. Holy fuck, you're getting professional.
I'm awake at 4:32 a.m., right? And I'm like, shit, okay, something's happening at 4:30. Oh, God. I was like, this is supposed to be like the safe zone, like when the sun's coming up. Anyway.
No.
Katie's leg is getting pulled from the bed.
Sorry.
Pulled all the way off the bed. So hold on. They're sleeping. They're comfortable. It's perfect, right? 4:30. hopefully this is a safe night. No, because then the timer stops, right? Then the clock, this fast forwarding clock stops. Katie's foot gets pulled from the bed and her body gets pulled and flops on the floor. Once that happens, she wakes up and she backs up against the bed and is pulled again, and she's on her stomach, and you see her one foot being raised in the air, and she's being pulled down the hallway, and she's screaming, Mika! Mika! He jumps up, sees her getting drugged, runs and chases, and is pulling on her, and he's like, let her go! Let her go! And she's like, please help me, please help me, please help me. Finally gets her, right? They run back into the room, and they're in the fetal position together, hugging each other on the floor, and she's a sobbing mess. And the next day, as you can expect, right, she's
just probably wrapped in a blankie. Give me my Stanley Cup that's not invented back then. Let me drink it and watch my fucking whatever. Like, this is a bad news atmosphere.
Says, hey,
I hate every bit of this.
It's about time, right? Can we leave? Like,
yeah.
Can we get a hotel or something? Can we go?
I would carry you, Will, to that car. Or
it was a
Compass.
Yeah.
That we own. Put you in it and drive you to that fucking Best Western.
So he's like, yeah, you know, let me get some stuff together. Cut scene, right, goes to her. She's like passed out against a pillar in her house, inside of her house, and she's grasping something. He opens up her hand, and it's a cross, and blood everywhere. And he's like, oh my God, I gotta, like, he cleans her up or whatever, right? And then the camera cuts again to Katie being in bed, just slouched in bed with the blankets covering her, right? She's laying in her bed, and Mika comes in. He's like, hey, we're packed. I have your stuff packed. I have my stuff packed. Let's go. And she goes,
I'm a hero now.
No, I want to stay. Like, I don't want to leave anymore. And he's like, what? Like, are you fucking, like, no, we gotta go. Please, let's go. And she's like, I want to stay. Will you please stay with me? And she's like, I think it's going to be better if we just stay. I think it's going to be better if we just stay. I want to stay. I don't want to leave. Please trust me. And he's like, fucking hell, fine. All right. And he walks out of the room. And then Katie stares off in like the distance, and she says a line, I think we'll be okay now. But halfway through that sentence, it turns into like a demonic voice. And she smiles.
Oh, I don't care too much for that. Well, you're freaking me out now. I don't like this story we're telling. I don't like telling stories about this.
I know. I know. It's fucking me up. Anyway, I think we'll be okay now. And Katie smiles.
Well, I hope we. Oh, you're talking to Katie.
No.
I thought you were talking to me. Like,
and then
we'll be okay. Dude, you know what I want to do right now after hearing all this shit and worrying about you? I just want to have a random birthday party.
Okay.
Like, I just want to get a cake and give you, I'm like, hey, man, happy birthday. And we just, like, blow fucking...
Blow what? Okay.
Like,
yeah.
them things.
Right.
Them things. And just light candles, eat cake, like your favorite cake, and we just be happy and merry.
Sorry.
You're scaring me. I don't like any of this.
I want the world to know, right? I want the Deadbeaters to know that this is probably the most detailed movie review I think we've ever done, and I'm enjoying it at the same time, right? But I'm also like, I'm reliving it, and it's like, I hope they enjoy it, you know, because typically we just kind of talk about the movie, talk about our favorite parts, we kind of talk about the concept. But this movie, I don't think I'd be able to do it justice by just doing that. You know, it builds. The movie naturally builds, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
You're doing a great job breaking everything down, man. Like, I'm trying to bring levity to it, but I know how much it really affects you because I really got to see your text messages, and I really talked to you in real life, and we know each other in real life, and I know how this affects you. So you're doing it justice, and it's really cool to, like,
I appreciate it.
See you got us through it. But I don't know what else to do besides just jump in randomly and, like,
it's good.
Well,
it's good. Yeah, it's
you suck,
you suck, man.
You suck, man. That's what I say. You rowed the boat? You rowed the boat? Oh, wait, somebody's. Who's that? Sorry.
Okay,
Somebody's
don't
over
say
there.
that.
Somebody just whispered. Who was over? Who was
Shut the
beside
fuck
you?
up.
Somebody sitting beside you. You just said shush. Is she there?
You're doing no. Okay, shut the fuck up. No,
Play it back. Wait, watch this. Play back.
I'm
20
not
seconds.
doing that. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
See,
I'm gonna continue.
You go back and play it. Yeah, but I just did a marker though. We can play back 20 seconds. You can cut this out.
Shut
Something
up.
hissed or
Stop.
whispered.
Okay. No,
Or
it's
like,
not. Okay. Anyway.
30
Anyway,
seconds
we still have
play back.
another night to talk about. We still have one more night to
You
talk
can't avoid
about.
it.
Night 21, right? This is after she says, I think we'll be okay now. But as a demonic voice, and she smiles. 1:27 a.m. Katie sits up. And not like she did before, right? Not like a gasp, not like she was sleepwalking. This was something else that was sitting her up. She sits up. She silently pulls the blanket over her. She gets out of bed. She kind of looks at Mika. And then you see Mika's blanket fall off of him. And then she walks around to his side of the bed and stares at him for 2 hours. It's just shy of 2 hours. Right. Now it's at 3:15 a.m. Katie turns and walks around the bed and walks downstairs. And then from downstairs, you hear the most like blood-curdling, like horrifying scream. Katie's screaming Mika's name. Mika! Mika! He jumps up real quick. Mika runs downstairs. And you hear screaming and growling and fighting and some sort of like whatever it is, struggling. And then it's quiet for a few seconds. Dude, the worst part of this movie is the quietness, right? How dead silent the movie is, how nothing is happening in the movie, but it's saying so much. So it's quiet. You hear heavy footsteps coming up the stairs, and then Mika's body is lunged to the camera. The camera falls down, and behind Mika's body was a bloody Katie. So then Katie walks towards Mika, kind of gets down on all fours, looks at him, looks at the camera, and lunges at the camera with the demonic face. And then it says, Mika's body was discovered by police on October 11th, 2006, but Katie's whereabouts remain unknown. End of movie. His body was found 3 days later.
Nice.
Hold on.
How off did you just get? Oh, he took his headphones off. Holy shit. He's taking a real break.
Okay. I needed... Yeah, I just needed
back?
that quick. Yeah, another quick... Okay, that's the end of the movie. Dude, fuck. Okay. That's gross. Dude...
Yeah.
The movie fucks with me. It's again, I might be one of the only ones, and I know it really got a lot of people as well. But I also know of people that are like, "Yeah, this movie did nothing for me." And you have some real life experiences that kind of trump, what occurs in this movie, and it does nothing for you.
But we're best friends though. Just like you don't knock my stuff. Like I love hearing you talk about the horror movie. Like the way you broke it down was beautiful. Like I was with it. And I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a part of it and just like jump in with my random jokes. But dude,
I appreciate it.
That's cool, man.
Some cool stuff about this movie though. Did we mention like the budget? Right? No, we didn't. Right? So yeah, which is, and I love like little facts about certain movies. Right? So, Oren Peli, which again was the director writer, this is his directorial debut, and what inspired this was happenings that happened in his original home, that he bought. Right? And funny enough, this movie is shot in Oren Peli's personal home.
So it might have some truth to
and
it.
his budget that he had was $15,000. He spent $15,000 to make this movie, and most of that coming from he had redone all of his downstairs. He put in hardwood floor for the movie. Yeah,
for that?
Yeah, for the movie. and I think it was shot, if I'm not mistaken, it was shot in like 7 days, and he did it in between his real job. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. That's where the
Exactly.
true labor of love come from. Like
Yep.
if you really love horror,
Horror. Yeah.
horror, you put it in like in between what you want to talk about. And
Dude, and the budget's weird, right? So it was like $14,000 to $15,000 straight from his pocket, but nobody wanted this movie. Nobody wanted it until it was aired at it was like something fest, Fear Fest maybe in San Diego or something like that. But it was in California that it was originally aired, and it did so well. Right? And Paramount Pictures wanted it, right? And then Paramount Pictures wanted it, and then who else? Blumhouse wanted to produce it, and
Blumhouse hits home runs, man. I mean, they have hit home runs.
I didn't know that when I was watching this movie, and the Blumhouse thing came up, and I was like, holy fuck.
Dude, that's like the foundation block, and they just kept
also did Creep.
Like
Blumhouse also did Creep. It's phenomenal stuff. But they had changed the budget, right? So it went from $15,000 to create the entire movie, and Paramount Pictures was like, well, they originally actually, I almost forgot about this. Paramount Pictures wanted to reshoot the entire movie, right, based on their budget, and they were going to increase the budget, right, by a whole lot. They wanted to reshoot the entire thing, but David Blum, is that his name? If I'm blanking right now, Jason Blum. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Jason Blum and Oren Peli, were like, okay, we good idea, but let's open it, to like, I forget, like college kids or whatever it may be. Like, let's open it up to special, right? Let's just fucking open it, right? And see how it does.
Special needs,
and see how it.
Audience, you can't say that they can watch it.
I know they can. I'm not saying they can't. Anyway. They're like, that's saying it. They're like, let's just open it and see how it does. And it did so fucking well. So well. And they were like campaigning it too. Like, if you want to see this in your area, go on this website and push it out there. It was like a backer thing, which is so wild because it was. And it was already kind of signed on to a major movie company. But anyway, Paramount was like, okay, we don't need to remake it, right? We're going to keep the original part, right? We're going to keep everything that you have, but let's put some money towards it. They put $200,000 to the very ending of the movie. The special effects, throwing Mika at the camera, and then her face as she's attacking the camera. Maybe, with those special effects, maybe 20 seconds of special effects, $200,000. If that gives you any insight on how much a movie costs, $200,000 for just a little bit of screen time for their special effects. But it fucking worked out so well. It was perfect. Yeah.
Much respect, dude. That's crazy. I love your breakdown. So let me go ahead and start this.
Well, I'm not. Let me just finish one thing real quick. Sorry. About the movie. Sorry. So, there was two other alternate endings. I don't know if you knew about this. Yeah, there's two other alternate endings. So obviously the original cutted ending where Mika is thrown at the camera and then she attacks the camera. But there was another one where I think like she's laying on the ground and Mika's still downstairs in the kitchen. Police show up to the house, right? And maybe she's not laying down. Maybe she's just standing there. But she has a knife in her hands, right? The same knife that she used to kill Mika. And the police show up. And she attacks the police officers with the knife, I believe, and they shoot her. Right?
Okay. Well,
that's that. How did that work, man? Right? That's that ending. So I don't know. And they didn't choose it, and that would have been interesting to kind of see where it went. But we know how the movies continue, right? And it works now, and it wouldn't have made sense if she died. The other ending was. Mika, I believe, is still thrown at the camera, but then she walks up to the camera all bloody and takes the knife that she used to kill him and slits her own throat.
Same concept.
I did this. That's why.
Well,
a thumb showed up on my thing, and then I gave it a thumbs up. But yeah, slits her own throat. Those other endings with her dying wouldn't have worked based on the franchise that we ended up getting. But it's also scary. It's like she's still at large, right? Like with her being gone. I've noticed, though, one of the biggest things that makes this movie scary and frightening is unknown. The whole movie is unknown. And I've mentioned this before. I've seen Jeepers Creepers, and that movie scared the fuck out of me until I saw the creature. I had the known.
You should see the director.
I want to see
Have
the
you seen
director. I
before?
want to see it.
It's no. I'm talking about. Have you seen the director?
Oh,
of
no. I thought you were talking about a movie. I'm thinking about director's cut.
No, because the director of Jeepers Creepers.
Cool. I don't want to
molested
see that
boys.
movie now. The whole movie sucks.
That's why Dead Meat won't review
I didn't know
Jeepers
that.
Creepers. Yeah, so keep this.
Well, that's
in if you want
inciting
to. If
people
not,
now. We won't.
Do you remember Jeepers Creepers 2, though, when it got re-released? There's a school full of boys on the bus.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Anyway, Jeepers Creepers. But yeah, to me, the reason why this movie is so scary is because the entire time it's an unknown. But another fun fact real quick about the movie and how this was produced. So as I talked about it kind of throughout, and how much the budget was for this movie, it was $15,000 for Oren Peli, and then the movie company gave him another $200,000 to do the editing in the end. So $215,000 was put towards this movie. It made $200 million worldwide. It's one of the.
Holy
I got to look at the list.
Shit.
Yeah, there's this
Holy
room.
shit!
It's one of the most successful movies money-wise ever. Based on the budget it originally had. I'm pretty sure Halloween is in that same realm kind of thing, but it's like such a low budget.
I could imagine.
Versus how much money it made. It's unfathomable. But dude, hey, shout out to Oren Peli. Writing debut, directorial debut.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it, and then it finally got picked up, and Steven Spielberg, I believe, even he loved it. He believed. More fun facts. Steven Spielberg watched this and believed it to be cursed. Went to the movie studio and threw it away in front of a bunch of producers. Someone was like, "This movie's cursed." Yeah.
Jeez.
Back in crisscross applesauce. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for the movie. That is all the fun facts. You wanted to say something before I decide to plug us. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Until you just fucking went just scorched earth on facts, and thank you. Hopefully cut out some of that. Love you.
Oh.
For me, not from you. From what I said during that. Love you. So before we go into the next couple of bits that we ended, who is our deadbeat of the movie?
You know.
Make it official. As a first deadbeat of a movie.
Thinking about every single character in this movie. Every single one. The demon. The psychic. Katie's friend that shows up in the movie.
Yeah.
Hands down. And he may be the worst deadbeat of all in every single movie that has ever come out. Micah is the worst fucking person fathomable. I hate him. I hate him more than anything in this world. He's the worst. He's the deadbeat of this film, of Paranormal Activity.
Starting the day, though, we need to have a ranking. So he's number one. We got to see in every movie if he can ever place he or she or they can place above him, or are they racking stack in the top 10?
Worst of the worst. If you have if you have you know how people are perfect 10, you never get perfect. If there was a bottom tier, a number one. You can't get worse than Micah.
I got us real quick. Yoko, keep our deadbeaters, our worst deadbeats of every movie.
Micah Sloat. Anyway. Cool. Oh man, might be the longest episode we have so far, but also the most detailed breakdown of a movie. I had a lot of fun doing it, and you guys watching this, even maybe listening to it, you'll be able to catch that and see that through our voice, my voice, and JT. I appreciate you, GT. That was kind of a tough one to get through. It was my I'm missing it. 191 McKay Road. It was my 191 McKay Road, where I'm that person for you that kind of takes you back to reality and kind of makes you feel better. And you were doing that for me when it comes to this movie. This movie makes me experience things that I never want to experience again, but it's also with pure enjoyment entertainment, and I love talking about this stuff. So it was fun. Guys, if you're listening, Deadbeaters, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you guys like listening to podcasts, please follow us there. And if you already follow us and you already listen to us, please continue. And also hit us up, message us, put in our comments, what you want to see, right? What we could do better for you. We are working on getting to 5,000 followers, and if we get 5,000 followers before the end of the year, JT will do Tummy Time.
Oh, no.
We will live. Follow us on YouTube. I need to start getting better on YouTube, but we do have YouTube. If you didn't know, we have one. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here, listening to us. This is a very fun episode. This is a very interesting episode, a scary episode. Follow us everywhere. Deadbeaters, I love y'all. JT.
Shut up. Let me fucking look at your mustache. I want to fucking ride it. I want